Good morning, everyone. So, in this part two of this online teaching videos, I'm going to talk about two different softwares which are very useful. I did not include them in the earlier video. The reason is they have a lot of things in this, a lot of flexibilities, lot of options. So, it will take some time to go through all of them. So that's why in this video I'm going to focus on those softwares, particularly that can be used for online teaching, effectively online teaching. Those softwares are class notes and OneNote. They are together, and how that can be used for class lectures on the board, the old style teaching, when you are sharing the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Or also you can have a group of students that you want to manage with their assignments, and you have TAs that you can discuss with your TAs, but you do not want that materials to be disclosed with the students. There are a lot of options you can use from class notes add in the OneNote. Plus, OneNote also has several other features. Beside that, the same tab that is there in OneNote can be used in PowerPoint. Say you are using a PowerPoint slide that is you are sharing from the Blackboard. Instead of sharing, if you share your application from your home computer, then you can use that PPT file and write on it directly, and there's a tab in that PPT file to directly work on it, and a lot of mathematical equations, if you can translate from ink to mathematical form, or mathematical form you want to solve. There are a lot of options in OneNote and PPT file PowerPoints. So we will talk about those particular features, how effectively you can use. Thank you, and let's go to the screen again.
Good morning. Welcome back. So right now, as you can see, my desktop already up here, and now let's start with the software that we are talking about, OneNote and PPT file afterwards. Let's go to the OneNote file. So this is one application that is very useful for online teaching with the students, and it has a lot of flexibilities, a lot of features. I'm going to go over the features one at a time. Let's say you are creating a notebook. I have created all this notebook. I've been teaching, so I was teaching this class, and I was also teaching this class in the morning. So I have created a notebook for each and every classes. Now here in the notebook you can create the new notebook. As you can go on the left, that is called notebook, add notebook. So you can create a new notebook. Let's an example online teaching, something like that. So I just gave a new name of this notebook that I'm creating. This is one course. Under this course can have multiple topics, and each topic can have multiple pages of notes. And this whole notebook can be shared with your students, and students not only can see the video file that you have used during the delivery of the lecture in the Blackboard Ultra, but also they can have a backup file to refer to. So once you write on this OneNote, these files will be saved and synced in the OneDrive. Let's talk about it. Now this OneDrive notebook that is created here, it is stored in OneDrive University of South Carolina, this drive. Okay, so right now it is not coming up because it will take some time. But one thing you need to do here, going there and right click it, and then click this sync button. Once you click the sync button and sync this notebook, that means it will always sync with your OneDrive functionalities. Now in this particular course, let's say this is your course, and in this course I right click it again, rename my sections. Let's say this is my topic, online teaching. Now in that online teaching I can have a topic, maybe examples. Maybe I can add some more pages here. Let's say about the tabs, and so on and so forth. You can add, not only that, you can add a new section like a code demonstration or something, which I'm planning to do later, and in which there is no pages. This only one page. code show, something like that. I'm just arbitrarily giving some name. I am creating also another page, like say example, code example. So you can give names to these different pages, different tabs. Now let's go to the one that you want to demonstrate to the students. Now in the Blackboard, in the part 1 I described that how to share an application. Now instead of sharing the PPT file as an application, or a Krita software that I talked about, or maybe a Paint software that I talked about, instead of sharing that, you can share directly this OneNote in the Blackboard Ultra Collaborate. So students can see this window when you are sharing, and whatever you write on this one, they can also see, and it will be the good thing about it, this one can be stored, this will be synced with the OneDrive, and you can share with the students. So students are not only seeing the video of the recording of the lecture in the Blackboard Ultra, but they can have a backup data file where they can go over these class notes again. Now let's describe the features of OneNote. First we will discuss the view. Here in this view, there are several of the options. I particularly like this part, is the called rule lines. Here if you select one particular type of a college rule or math rule or grid rules, grid lines, that would be better, because when you are writing something on the on OneNote, like on the Blackboard also, basically you can track your writing on a straight line, so it should not be very weird looking and wiggling here and there. So just to track, I prefer having these grid lines on. And then another one thing is that you can have you can zoom in, zoom out, you can replay whatever you write, and so on and so forth from the view. Next is the draw. Let's say if I want to write something here. So the topic, today's topic that I'm going to discuss is online teaching, and so on and so forth. Any of these pens you can use, eraser you can use at any point of time, like we did for Krita, Paint, exactly same way it works. There is no issue with this one. But some of the tips, some of the important features about it is this one, ink to shape. If you click this one and you want to draw something like circle, it will automatically change this to first you have to select this one and then you have to draw, then it will automatically make a perfect circle. Or if you want to draw something like a square or a rectangle, it will make a rectangle even if you are not drawing perfectly. And if you turn it off, then you will just drawing regular stuffs in the way you want. Now you can write your equations if you want, functions and differential equations as you want, but this is much tractable and is very easy to write on the screen in using tablet or or USB ported the writing pad, or the laptop with the pen that you are using. It doesn't matter. OneNote works with almost everything. Now let's say there is one important features I would like to describe is math equations that you can write here, which can be used by the math tab here. Let me explain a little bit. So let's write down x by 3 plus x by 5 is equal to 6. Let's say this is one equation. Let's select this equation, and this is the button is called lasso select. Let's select this one and select this equation and go to the math. So the math will translate into a mathematical format, and you can change by clicking this ink to math. Your writing will transfer into the actual typing format, and also you can solve for x. Now if you want to write multiple equations with x and y, linear equations, you can solve. Also you can ask for how the solution was done, so you can see there the solution steps are also described. Other than that, let's say you want to do some parametric study which is relevant to your topic, then also you can do parametric analysis. Let's see, I will write one equations. A maybe sine theta plus b cos theta is equal to 0.5. Let's say this is the equation. Hopefully I wrote it correctly. Let's see if it can detect. And I would like to go to the math, and it's kind of yes, it's kind of detected this equation, and I would like to see how based on the theta a and b changes, and I cannot solve for a theta b because only one equation is available. Solve for theta, it requires the values of a and b, and solve for b, it requires values for a and theta. So you can provide all these things, but let's see, I want to plot the graph of this guy and want to do the parametric study. If I want to increase the like say or decrease the values of a and b and things like that, that will change my plot. If I want to change another equations with something else and do the parametric study, that also we can show to the students how any particular parameter will influence the plot. So those depending on your topic of teaching, you can write the equations and use these features. Next, one important thing that we could do is the calculator, which is very important thing that is that we have here, for which you let's go to this one, which is this button is called select objects or type text, and let's say I want to calculate 34.5 multiplied with 56.7, and that appears during the demonstration of your an example problem. And usually when you are in the class, you can ask your students to calculate in the calculator. That's what I always do, but right now they are not able to do it, and you need to get the number instead of opening a new calculator somewhere and do it and put it back again. So you can use this calculator here directly. So here actually there are any form of mathematical functions that you can do, like 23 by 45 is equal to, just type a space bar after the equal sign. You can write square root, you can write trigonometric functions, anything you like to do, almost everything available in a math type here. So this is one important features of OneNote. Next, let's say you are describing one topic here and you started describing another topic or discussing another topic, but in between you wanted to have something else to be placed which you have forgotten, or maybe you need to discuss or add in the note. In the real time, you can go to this particular button and select here, and then you can push them down or up, so you can have a space to write it. So this is another interesting features that you can add. Other than that, like a regular paint or Krita or the software that we described, you can have different types of axis diagrams. You can have square, rectangle, drawing shapes and anything, and you can use the freehand mouse to draw anything you want. So there are a lot of options are there in this draw tab. So we have covered the view tab and draw tab. Now let's go to the insert tab. In the insert tab, let's now in examples, this is a very interesting important part. Let's say in this particular topic I have discussed and created one note. Now in that same topic I have another tab opened, and where I can discuss some another another features. Let's say I can create a table where, let's say, you are demonstrating some data files to the students. You can give some numbers and discuss with that numbers some statistical analysis or something, some form. So you can create some numbers. Other than that, you can also create let's say you can insert a file. Let's say I want to insert an Excel file, something like that. So I want to upload this to the drive, and it will pop up here, and student can see the data directly. As you can see here, it will pop up in a minute. Okay, so it will come soon. So the data will be coming soon. Now you can insert the pictures, what the things that you are describing. You can input an online video. If you want your students to refer a video from YouTube or any link, you can put it here. While writing, you can insert symbols. There are a lot of mathematical symbols. You can have mathematical equations that you can insert. These equations are actually similar to the Word equation editor, Microsoft equation editor. You can use those to type any equations you want at any point of time. These particular features I have already described in the last tab, which is draw. You can give stickers to the students. These are for much younger kids, but these are the mostly very simple features that you could use to type the in your notebook. Now once your notebook is created, or the one particular topic and your under the topic your note pages are created, you do not have to save. The reason is you have sync already. If you have not sync it, then you just right click this one and go to sync and type here or click it here, the sync this notebook. That means it will automatically sync in your OneDrive folder. And where it is located, I think I have shown before. This one is located here in University of South Carolina OneDrive. You can see this one is example online teaching. So this one is already here. So this will automatically get synced and automatically updated every time. Now if you want to share this with your students, you can just have to share the link. They can automatically go and check the notes in the real time, and they can also edit if they are allowed to do that. So but I have not discussed about the class notebook. Let's discuss this last part of it. If you go to the class notebook, and there are a lot of features as you go into this one, and will be a lot of things will become more and more important. It may not be important at right away at this moment, but if you have questions, you can send me an email. I think at the end of the video I will have the email written. I can answer, but let's talk about the create a notebook. First, what is a notebook? Notebook is, again I said, this is about the class. Now in this particular class you are collaborating with all the students and also all the TAs. So it is better to have a class notebook that is shared by the teacher, students, and also the TAs at the same time. That is a very important tab, and if you click it, what will happen, it will directly go to the website. Now if you go to the website, as you can see, it is asking for your login, which is Microsoft 365, that is University of South Carolina already provides. So you can just type in your email address and just enter, and of course this is work on school account. Go to that, and it will ask for the password. I have already given my password, so that it's already there. Now it will go to this class notebook, and you can open a new class. Let's say what is that, some experimental class that you are doing, experimental design class, maybe something experimental design. If you create this class notebook, then this is for this particular class where all the students will be and all the TAs will be. Then you click next. It shows that what will be included in your class notebook. It will have the collaboration space, it will have the content library, it will have the student notebook. As you can see, the student notebook, teachers and students both can edit, and teacher can also correct their notes. Content library, teachers can edit, but the student can only view the content. And collaboration space, where teacher and students both can edit, and TA can be also added in the teacher space. So let's go to the next tab. When you type next, here you have you can not only add your name, as my name is already added because I am creating this class notebook. If I want to add someone else's name, which is my TA in my class, I can add them here. Right now I'm not adding this. This is an example. And now this is Microsoft 365 from University of South Carolina. So all the faculty, students, they already have the access, and email addresses are all there. They are registered in this system. So this email address from the University of South Carolina, your mailbox.sc.edu or whatever alias email address you have, that email address you can place it here for the TAs, and TAs will be added to the system. Next, you go to the students. Same thing for the students. Say you have 30 students in your lab class or any lecture class, whatever you have, you can place their names one at a time. It will not take much time. You can give their last name or their username, automatically will be detected here. Like one of my I just do not want to write it here, any student's name right now. Let's go ahead, and you can put your student's name and just click. Then the student space will be created, where students will see the handouts, class notes, homeworks, and quizzes. Let's say you want to add some other sections for the students. Let's say codes. This is very relevant for my classes, because I teach some computer coding. So let's if I put codes, then students will be able to see the codes also. Next, it will organize in this format, where I have the collaboration space and I have the content library for the teacher's notebook, and in the student notebook format I will have the students section group, where handouts, class note, homework, quizzes, and codes will be organized. Let's create this one. Once it is created, it will take some time, of course, and it will be added. Let me show you this. It will be created in a minute. Let me go uh, to the browser, and as you can see in the OneDrive, once you go to the class notebook, inside the class notebook, this class notebooks are created. Now I have created this experimental class before. Right now it is the class that we just created is called experimental design, is not appeared yet, because it will take some time. At least it will take 15 minutes to half an hour time to come and show it here. So now experimental class I have already created before. I will go into experimental class, and I will show you how does it work. Let's say first open the one notebook again, and when you go here, and if you do not see your class added in your notebooks, then you can go to the more notebooks, and you can search for your notebooks. Like I have some other notebooks I created at different times, which are not added to my one notebook yet. So but I do not want to add from here, because I do not see my experimental design appeared yet, because it will take some time. But I have created a similar one, which is an experimental class, which is a one notebook, exactly the same way it is. If you can see here, I will show you in a little bit. I spread it out, and you can see this is the collaboration space, and it gives you a very good understanding how and what should be written, what should go here in each of the block. The way I organize the class notes or the notebooks, exactly it works exactly in the same way, but the students can have access. Students will in a real time, they can see, they can collaborate, and you can change the materials. They can immediately see what you are changing, or they can change immediately. They can change, and immediately you can see what the changes has been made. So you can grade the homework with the students right away in the real time. So this is very cool features about it. In the collaborate space, you see the using the collaborate space here. Let me zoom in a little bit. It describes all the different features. It will take some time to really go through them, and once you get into this system, it will be very easy to maintain, frankly speaking. But there is of course a learning curve. As you can see, lot of things are described, what are the features it has, what you can do. And these pages are nothing but the same way that we have created add section and add pages. You can keep on adding the sections, like handouts. You can create your quizzes, you can create your assignments and things like that. You can add the pages where students can go here. One more important thing, if you want to create the assignments, one thing you can insert is called forms. In the forms, you can create some questions, and you can create some answers, the new quiz, new forms. There are a lot of options here. So like if you create the new quiz, then it will ask me for the because I want to create the assignment, so, or the quiz. It will ask me whether I'm the real authenticity code, because I'm real authenticated guy or not. So it will try to see that. So but that we are not doing right now, but those are some options available in OneNote. So I think with this I will conclude the description of OneNote, but I will talk about the PowerPoint. Let's say go to the PowerPoint and open the uh, function is PowerPoint. Uh, Most of the times we use the PowerPoint, but we do not use um, this particular tab, the draw tab. As you can see, this draw tab is exactly same as the one we have in Notebook. So you can use this tab in PowerPoint. That means when you are sharing the application in Blackboard, then you can write on your PPT file directly on the notes instead of having the PPT file uploaded to the Blackboard. I always prefer to share the application of the PPT file and draw directly on this PPT file and share with the students and save it and share them later. Or you can also use the OneNote, where you can share the OneNote link with the students, that students can directly refer them at a later time. So that kind of conclude the description of this OneNote and also the PowerPoint. I hope hopefully this will be helpful for effective online teaching. And for now, thank you for watching this video, and the email address is written on the side. Please send me an email if you have any questions. Thank you.